Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today I'm going to be going over my biggest takeaways from Houston Rockets Media Day. We're going to be going over my biggest takeaways from two interviews from two Houston Rockets players, and Jae'Sean Tate and Boban Marjanovic. Everybody loves Boban. We're going to start with Boban. To be honest, I got a decent amount of takeaways from Jae'Sean Tate's interview. Really liked what I heard from him. There was one question, I'll go for that later, which I thought was one of the best questions of the day throughout all media day, and one of the best answers from Jae'Sean Tate. But Boban Marjanovic, I didn't get a lot of takeaways, but I'm gonna go over those two takeaways, and I'm gonna go over Jae'Sean Tate. So first takeaway for Boban, he was asked about returning to Houston. He was asked how does it feel to have how does it feel to have the Houston Rockets to want you back. It feels amazing. When they called, I was like, wow, it was amazing. Houston is my home. It's so amazing to be back. Then with Boban, if you do not know, head coach Ime Udoka was with Boban Marjanovic in San Antonio, and honestly, that's probably a big reason why Boban wanted to come back to Houston. I'm sure he felt like home because of the love the fans showed him, of course. And also once Boban gets to place and he starts to get attached. But I think it probably, Boban, Ime Udoka, a coach that he worked with in San Antonio, joining as the head coach, probably made him want to stay even more. And here's what he had to say about Boban. Here's what Boban had to say about his former coach in San Antonio, his former assistant coach, and now his current head coach in Houston. When they asked him, you see what he did for the team in Boston. They were in the finals. Good guy, good heart. His work ethic is at a high level. I look forward to work with him and to be reunited with him again. Great words from Boban. You really heard throughout the whole day, through media day, nothing but positive words for Ime Udoka. Obviously, nobody on this team is going to say otherwise, but just very good words about Ime Udoka. I mean, it's not like people just said, he's okay. He's a good coach. I'm excited to work with him. A lot of great words coming from Ime Udoka, going to Ime Udoka's way. Two guys on this team even got coached by Ime Udoka, Jeff Green in Brooklyn and Boban Marjanovic in San Antonio. So great words for Ime Udoka today. And then Jae'Sean Tate. And one of the questions he was asked was on what this team can be on defense. I think we're going to be a matchup problem for a lot of teams. We have so many guys who can guard multiple positions. I agree with that. We have a lot of good defenders on this team. It's going to be interesting to see how they do. We have good defensive guards. We have good defensive forwards. We have good defensive centers. So, like with a guy like Jock Landale, obviously Alperen Sengun needs to improve on his defense. We have a good defensive center in Jock Landale as well. And then this was one of my favorite question and answers of the day. Here was the question to Jae'Sean Tate. You've been in the city long enough to see the success of the Houston Astros, the baseball team in Houston. You were at the Texans game yesterday with the victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jae'Sean was at the game where the Texans beat the Steelers on Sunday. You could feel their energy. And here was, I think this is what Jae'Sean's answer. This is still the question. You could feel their energy and what they're building over there. How important is it to you to bring that feeling back to the Toyota Center? So that's the full question, and this was his answer. Like you said, this city loves its sports teams. Not only us, but the Texans as well have had some hard years, but to still see the fans fill those seats for the Texans and us and still support us through these hard times, they deserve to see us win. And I believe he said they deserve to see us both win. And that's something I really like, is how the Rockets give credit to the Texans and the Texans give credit to the Rockets. And something I believe is the Rockets and the Texans, they they share a lot of similarities. They're both young teams. They both have veterans mixed into their rosters. They both have very, strict and good head coaches in D'Amico Ryans and Ime Udoka. They also want to win, and they're both very underrated in their respective leagues. The Texans are probably now, after they've won 2 straight and they're 2-2, they're probably a little bit more respected now. But going into the season, they were, in my books, not respected. Going into this new season, I don't think the Rockets are as respected as they need to be. Even, I can't remember which player said that, but it might have been Jeff Green that said it, but someone, maybe it was somebody else, but it was at least 1 or 2 players said that the Rockets are underrated in this league, going into this new season. And I think that both teams want to win. I know this probably doesn't matter, but both teams don't have their first-round picks this year. The Rockets' 2024 first-round pick belongs to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Texans' 2024 first-round pick belongs to the Arizona Cardinals. I hate to mix the NFL and the Houston Texans in, but I know the only reason I do it is because these are 2 Houston teams. These are 2 Houston teams that want to win. These are 2 teams that Houston Rockets players and just the Houston Rockets in general have respect for the Houston Texans, and the same thing goes for Houston Texans players and the Houston Texans in general having respect for the Houston Rockets. And I think these teams and what they're going through and trying to win are very similar. I think Jae'Sean Tate kind of pointed that out right there. And then he was asked about his injury, and I liked his response. Here's what he was asked. You only missed 6 games in your first 2 seasons. How hard was it only to play 31 in year 3? And here was his answer. I'm a guy who doesn't like to miss games. That was my whole focus this offseason, was getting back to me. I have to give credit to this training staff. They've been amazing. And then another thing, I don't remember what the question was, but something he said that I really agreed with. I think we are going to be a better 3-point shooting team this year. I thought last year we could have been a better 3-point shooting team, but we weren't. And I don't know about last year with 3-point shooting team, because I saw really awful 3-point shooting. But I think this year this team's going to be way better from 3-point shooting. And then the last question he was asked was one word to describe the team, and it is hungry. We are all hungry to win, and that is a word I heard a lot today from this team, not just Jae'Sean Tate, is hungry. Hungry to win. We all want to win, and that is the goal. So you heard that word a lot today in Media Day, is this team is hungry, and they're hungry to win. So that is a big observation I noticed from Jae'Sean Tate, but not only from Jae'Sean Tate, from this whole team today. That's the video. If you guys enjoyed them, your thoughts, and peace out.